Welcome to latest News Blaster. It's been years since Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert parted ways, but it seems that some emotional connections are impossible to erase completely. Earlier today, social media went into a frenzy after eyewitnesses reported seeing country superstar Blake Shelton quietly visiting Miranda Lambert at her Tennessee property. The moment, described by fans as heart-stirring and deeply emotional, has reignited conversations about their shared past, their unhealed bond, and what this surprise meeting might mean for both of them. According to reports, Shelton arrived at Lambert's estate in a black SUV just before sunset, accompanied by a close friend and security personnel. While no cameras captured the exact exchange between the two, neighbors claim they saw the two talking in Miranda's garden for nearly half an hour, away from prying eyes and without the presence of media. For fans who have followed their decade-long love story, this encounter feels like a full-circle moment. But what led to this sudden reunion, and how did Miranda react after so many years apart? A love story that defined country music. To understand the weight of this reunion, we have to rewind to the early 2000s. Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert were once the golden couple of country music, two artists whose voices harmonized both on stage and in life. Their relationship began after they performed together at the CMT 100 Greatest Duets concert in 2005. The chemistry was undeniable. Both stars later admitted feeling an instant connection that couldn't be ignored. They married in 2011, in a beautiful Texas ceremony that symbolized hope, love, and the union of two of country's brightest stars. Fans adored their dynamic. Miranda's fiery personality complemented Blake's laid-back humor. Together, they dominated charts, awards shows, and country festivals. But behind the laughter and public smiles, the cracks began to form. The painful split that shook Nashville. In 2015, after 4 years of marriage, the couple announced their divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The news hit the music world like a storm. Nashville's power couple was no more, and speculation immediately erupted about infidelity, career pressures, and conflicting priorities. Sources close to the couple at the time revealed that the split was not bitter, but emotionally heavy. Blake, known for his humor, was reportedly heartbroken, while Miranda channeled her pain into songwriting. Songs like Tin Man and Vice became raw reflections of her emotional wounds, while Blake's She's Got Away with Words hinted at his own perspective. The breakup was sudden, finalized in a single day, and neither side publicly lashed out. Still, the heartbreak lingered, not only for them, but for millions of fans who had rooted for their happily ever after. Years apart, but never out of each other's thoughts. After the divorce, both artists took different paths. Blake found new love with fellow The Voice coach Gwen Stefani, while Miranda eventually married New York police officer Brendan McLaughlin in 2019. Yet, despite moving on, the two were often asked about each other in interviews. Blake, though careful, occasionally mentioned Miranda's talent and how she shaped his musical journey. Miranda, on the other hand, maintained grace, admitting that her past had made her stronger and more self-aware. Behind the scenes, however, insiders claim the two continued to check in on each other occasionally, particularly during difficult personal times when Miranda lost her beloved dog or faced public scrutiny. Blake reportedly sent kind words through mutual friends. Similarly, Miranda was said to have quietly congratulated Blake when he married Gwen in 2021. The respect, it seems, never truly faded. Why Blake Shelton decided to visit Miranda Lambert now? So what prompted this sudden in-person visit after so many years? According to sources close to both camps, Miranda recently experienced an emotional setback involving her husband's health scare and some personal stress about her career direction. Blake, who has always been known for his compassion, reportedly reached out to offer support. A Nashville insider shared. Blake heard Miranda wasn't doing too well emotionally. They've both matured, moved on, but there's still a connection. Not romantic, but deeply human. He just wanted to make sure she was okay. Another close friend revealed that Gwen Stefani was aware of Blake's visit and gave her full support. Gwen understands that Blake's past is part of who he is. She knows Miranda played a huge role in his life. It wasn't a secret visit, it was just something Blake felt he needed to do out of kindness. The emotional scene witnessed by neighbors, Witnesses described the meeting as intense but peaceful. Blake reportedly parked his car discreetly near Miranda's farmhouse. Miranda came out to greet him, and the two embraced briefly, something that instantly caught the attention of nearby fans who happened to recognize them. They stood near the fence for a long time, one local shared. You could see they were having a serious talk. Miranda seemed emotional. She wiped her eyes at one point. Blake was calm, nodding, comforting her. It wasn't a fight. It felt more like closure or healing. After the 30-minute conversation, Blake left quietly without any paparazzi interference, while Miranda stayed outside for a while, visibly reflective. Fans react. It feels like old times again. Within minutes of the news spreading online, #Blake and Miranda began trending across Twitter and Instagram. Fans from around the world expressed mixed emotions, from joy at seeing them reconnect to confusion about what it might mean for their current relationships. One user wrote, "I can't believe Blake went to see Miranda. This feels like a chapter from the past coming full circle." Another posted, "I'm glad they're mature enough to talk. Sometimes closure takes years, and this is beautiful to witness." Country music radio stations even began replaying their old duets like Over You and Home, reminding fans of their timeless chemistry. Miranda Lambert's response, a heartfelt message. Hours after the visit, Miranda Lambert posted a cryptic Instagram story featuring a sunset photo and the words, "Sometimes peace comes in unexpected ways." Fans immediately speculated that the message referred to Blake's visit. The post garnered thousands of comments within minutes, with many interpreting it as Miranda's way of acknowledging emotional healing. Her team has not released an official statement, but sources close to her described the moment as deeply moving. One insider said, "She was emotional afterward, but grateful. It wasn't about rekindling anything. It was about two people who shared so much finally finding peace." Blake Shelton remains silent, but his smile says it all. Meanwhile, Blake Shelton has remained silent publicly. However, during his recent appearance at a charity event in Oklahoma, fans noted that he seemed lighter, happier, and more relaxed than usual. When asked casually about visiting old friends in Nashville, Blake smiled and replied, "It's always good to check in on people who've meant a lot to you. Life's too short for grudges." That single statement spoke volumes. Gwen Stefani's reaction, graceful and supportive. Reports also suggest that Gwen Stefani, Blake's wife, took the news with maturity and understanding. Friends of the couple revealed that Gwen has no insecurities about Blake's past with Miranda. Gwen and Miranda are very different people, but Gwen knows how important closure and kindness are to Blake. She completely supports him. This level of openness within their marriage has been praised by fans, who admire how the couple balances respect for the past with commitment to the present. Industry response, Nashville's emotional buzz. Nashville insiders say the meeting has sparked